You're listening to the Major Pod Network, the only place where your favorite toy store, bar, arcade, and arena are all on the same block. Scratch that major itch.
Welcome, everyone, to episode 27 of MC True Long Island Story. I am your host, the internet champion, always ready, Matt Cardona.
I'm also here, producer of the show, Smart Mark Sterling, Esquire. This show is brought to you by our good friends, Pabst Blue Ribbon. You got one right there.
I do, but I will not be drinking it. Full disclosure, I went to Disney Springs yesterday to try something I've had in mind for a while. Everyone, you hear people talk about Epcot and drinking around the world at Epcot. I thought, how come no one drinks around the world at Disney Springs? So
that sounds fun as hell.
I looked into it. Obviously, I wasn't the first person to come up with this. There were some things to follow, but I did my own thing, and I got up. So, real bad, really bad. Right. So I cannot. It's here. It's in front of me, but I cannot drink it.
Well, then I'm more surprised that you were able to keep that energy that you just did for our FWF debut show, season 2, debuting on Patreon very soon. I'm not sure. We either should it the Sunday or the following Sunday. I'll have to look at the calendar, but it might be up. But it's going up soon. If not, FWF season 2 debut, me versus Broski. Check that out. All right. So full disclosure, we're recording this. We got a really insanely busy week next week. You guys have Impact. AEW stuff going right into the live show. So we're getting ahead of ourselves here on this. So yes. The follow-up for this episode, not that much. However, I will say two things. One, I was wrong. You were on SmackDown.
I knew I was. With my good friend Cody.
D-Freedom literally recorded it and sent it to us. It's a little segment where you're talking with Teddy and Cody walks in. And he's got the face shield at this point.
Okay.
You didn't watch it when he sent it?
No.
Oh, yeah, I watched it. So you were.
Okay.
My bad. Now I have something big.
Okay.
Huge breaking news that dropped my jaw. We were recording FWF and I got this email.
Okay.
I'm going to read it to you right now.
Okay.
Copyright claim released. MC True Long Island Story Podcast Episode 24, The True Internet Champion. Hi, the Major Pod Network. Good news. After reviewing your dispute, WWE has decided to release their copyright claim on your YouTube video.
Oh, wow.
If you earned any money during the dispute, you should receive that money as part of your next YouTube payment. Estimated revenue data for the time period of the video was in dispute will be added to YouTube analytics by the middle of next month. Sincerely, the YouTube team.
Well, because the thing is, as we explained, we could argue all day, should WWE own the old YouTube show? Whether they should or shouldn't, they do. And that's fine. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. But the footage that we used was footage that I took from somebody else who created it for me, and we got it from an original channel.
Mm-hmm.
So exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, they can't own stuff that people created. Right? No.
Yes. I mean, legally, that person owns it and he let you use it.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, they probably could have fought us or whatever, and then we would have just had to be like, all right, well, whatever, because we're not going to pay the money to fight them in court.
No.
All right, so that's it. Would you have any follow-up from last week?
No, only that you were wrong.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's go to the Broski of the week, but first, a little word from our sponsor.
The Major Pod Network has a new tag team partner, Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Everybody needs some liquid courage to make their own weekly purchases. Scratch that figure itch and scratch that PBR itch.
Get your PBR beer, get your PBR hard coffee, and get your PBR stronger seltzer.
8%? If you're listening to this, you're already a major mark. Now it's time to become a major PBR mark.
Use the hashtag MajorPBR and post your pictures and videos of you major marking out.
Pabst Blue Ribbon and the Major Pod Network, the new tag team champions of the world.
Of the world.
But we're definitely not getting any new figures from Mattel.
The Broski of the Week.
All right, the Broski of the Week. All you got to do is leave a review wherever you listen to this podcast, iTunes, Spotify, whatever. Screenshot that review. Go to Twitter. Find my pinned tweet at the Matt Cardona, the top tweet that's pinned. Quote tweet that. In that quote tweet, post a screenshot of your review and use the hashtag Broski of the Week to be the Broski of the Week. You'll get a couple things. You'll get this 8x10 signed by me, also available on mattcardonamerch.com. You will get the headband, the Broski of the Week headband, available on mattcardonamerch.com. And also this Broski of the Week sticker, which is exclusive to Broskis of the Week, if that makes sense. So here we go. This is from Chaz Brown.
I know
Downtown Chaz Brown. I became a Broski 10 years ago because of a show on YouTube, and I've been a fan ever since. Reliving ZTLIS through Matt is so interesting, and through Smart Mark as a fan is truly a joy to hear each week. It brings back fun memories and shows how far Broski has come throughout the years to where he is now a world champion. His hustle and grind has inspired me for years, and now that he's on the indie scene, I've gotten the chance to meet him multiple times and have bought up everything on his merch table, which is true. I see this guy like every thing I do. He's always there.
House fire number 2.
I appreciate that. All I need is that Broski of the Week sticker. Well, here we go. Thank you for all the inspiration. I encourage anyone who's reading this to jump along for the ride and hopefully be as inspired as I am. Well, Chaz, thank you very much for leaving that review. That was great, and you will get the sticker. So there you go.
Well, congrats,
Broski of the Week, baby.
Chaz. Okay.
Chaz.
Tweets, Matt Cardona. At my broski at Mr. Robert's crib. He has a club in his apartment. Insane. Who's at Mr. Robert?
Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, my God. Like, woof.
You get floods of memories?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you ever, like, not think about something for a decade and then someone reminds you and you're like, oh, my God?
Yes.
This guy, I believe it's in California. It must have been. So this is like SummerSlam week, I guess. So SummerSlam is in California.
Absolutely.
Which is actually, I'm pretty sure this week, and maybe a couple other times too, for SummerSlam, they would put us up, WWE would put us up, and we stayed at the hotel where they filmed a lot of the Ghostbusters, like, hotel scenes. Like the famous, yeah. Anyway, so as a Ghostbusters fan, I love that. But, so this particular guy, I believe like Ziggler knew him somehow, or somebody Ziggler knew him, and we went to his house for, I don't know if it was a pregame or an after party, maybe it was both, and it was like a club in his like apartment, but it wasn't like a small apartment, it was like a nice apartment. What do you call those things? Like, I don't know. It was like an apartment you would see like in a movie or on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was like a stripper pole, and there was like like strobe lights. It was wild. It was awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah. What a wild night. That's all I'm going to say.
Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert.
Things I can't mention on this podcast. Let's just
all right, Matt Cardona, August 14th, headed to Access. Who's coming? So let's talk about that in a couple minutes. August 14th, again, at SummerSlam, catering kicked my ass. August 17th, last Thursday night, we watched Z-Trolling on the Story. All the ladies wanted me. None of them were NHE. Last Thursday night. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I'm doing it's like a spoof off Katy Perry last Friday night.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. I have no idea.
Yeah.
All right. August 16th at Steve Austin BSR. Drive to Long Island tomorrow. We'll chug some Bud Light Limes. Did you ever drink a beer with Steve Austin?
No.
Okay.
I would love I would love to do does he still do his podcast?
Yeah, but like he does it, but it's not like every week.
I would
he
love
puts
to
a
do
lot
his
of
podcast.
like yeah. My God.
And
bucket
drink
list.
some like have the whole major pod crew. Well, not Stang, but like us three go.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right, so last week the show goes up on whatever it is, the 13th or something like that. And then you fly out, or the 11th, so you fly out the 12th for SummerSlam.
Okay.
So you've got I'm sure you've got some, this is in LA, by the way. You've got
so they do
access
a modified access for SummerSlam.
Right. 8:15:11, Zack Ryder defeats Drew McIntyre in 10 minutes and 10 seconds on Superstars, episode 123. So we talked about it last week.
Being awesome.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say. We just talked about it. You wrestled him 4 times last weekend.
Yeah.
Now you get to have the TV match.
Yeah.
It's perfected at this point.
Right.
So
and it's not like we're doing the same match, but we know the timing is down.
Yes.
Stuff like that is so important, like knowing someone's timing, because everyone's different, right? You got to, and some people you don't mesh with, and some people you really do mesh with. Fortunately, I mesh with Drew. And Drew brought a more intense side out of me, Not that he was stiffing me, but
yes,
it was snug. And then, I'm going to be snug back.
Yeah.
And that works, especially then when I had this goofy personality. Mm-hmm. You can't be goofy in the ring too.
Yeah, I agree.
Or else it's just a joke.
Well, there's your homework, guys. The episode number 123 of Superstars. Check it out. Zack Ryder versus Drew McIntyre in 10 minutes. So probably a good one. 8:16:11. This is on SmackDown. So you work SmackDown. World Heavyweight Title #1 contendership 20-man battle royal. Mark Henry of the House of Pain defeats Cody Rhodes, Ezekiel Jackson, Heath Slater, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, Jinder Mahal, Johnny Curtis, Justin Gabriel, Sheamus, Sin Cara, Ted DiBiase, The Great Khali, Trent Beretta, Tyson Kidd, Wade Barrett, William Regal, Yoshitatsu, and Zack Ryder at the Rabobank Arena in Bakersfield, California. By the way, that house show the night before was also at the Rabobank Arena in Bakersfield, California.
That's interesting.
I'm sorry, that was not the house show. That was Raw. So Raw and SmackDown 2 nights in a row, same arena. And now Access, we've talked about it before. You enjoyed Access? Doing it?
Loved it. I loved it. I love meeting the fans and stuff like that. I think let's say hypothetically everyone went back to WWE, and Brian Myers has said the same thing. It's so hard because you do these meet and greets for no money.
My God.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid for Access.
Nothing.
No cut, no 50-50 split, nothing. So
doesn't even go part of your downside. It's
nothing. You don't get anything, not a dime. So, now being on the indies and making money, literally, that's how I make a living. If you want an autograph, $20, you want a picture of me, $20, combo for 30, you're just doing it all for free.
Yeah. It's pretty wild. Okay. So we got to talk about this. Those 2 things that I just said were after SummerSlam. So SummerSlam happens on the 14th, 8/14/11. This is a big SummerSlam. I remember watching the shit out of this. Staples Center, Los Angeles, 17,404 people there. Buy rate is 296,000. This is a big show. John Morrison, Kofi Kingston, and Rey Mysterio defeat R-Truth, The Miz, and Alberto Del Rio. Mark Henry defeats Sheamus by countout. Kelly defeats Beth Phoenix. Wade Barrett defeats Daniel Bryan in a singles match in 12 minutes. Randy Orton defeats Christian. This kind of finalizes that feud in a no-holds-barred match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Christian's talked about it in the past that it was supposed to be just a one-off, but then they just kept having more, and then it became that gimmick of one more match.
Right.
But that was all of those matches were phenomenal from 2 of the best guys. And then in the main event here, CM Punk defeats John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship with Triple H as a special guest referee in 25 minutes. Now, this is an all-time match. But then right after, Alberto Del Rio, the Money in the Bank winner, defeats CM Punk for the championship in 5 seconds.
That's heat, baby. That's heat.
Big heat. And then on Raw, same stuff. Alberto, John Cena, CM Punk stuff, and then SmackDown, you're in that battle royal. So that's what's going on in pro wrestling. This is a huge. I think wrestling is pretty hot here in 2011. That CM Punk storyline, the Zack Ryder stuff. I think that you're a part of it. Really, with the hotness of pro wrestling at the time. But here we are headed to episode 27 of Z Trillion's story, and you open. I'm assuming that's at Access. This first shot.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's at Access or it might be at Access, or I know I did a THQ event. There was like a THQ event, so I don't know if it was at Access or the THQ event. But either way, if there's a giant Zack Ryder poster or sign, I'm gonna use it.
Hell yeah.
I use that for my opening, and then it syncs back with my normal opening. I noticed, I don't know if you noticed this, that the sound and video quality is drastically better.
Yep, absolutely.
I don't know why that is.
Here, I have an idea. This is technical. The audio and the video quality of your Zoom is fine, and I think
You mean
that that's
the flip.
Sorry, and that's what you're hearing right now. And the past episodes where it wasn't as good,
Yeah.
I think it had to do with your export. Like you exported it at a lower quality,
Maybe.
and that's a hard thing to understand as somebody learning how to edit.
Or maybe like when I was exporting the final iMovie.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, right.
So it's like a lesser quality. So then when it uploads, it's a lesser quality.
Got it,
Whereas
got
maybe you've figured out how to make it like more HD or something.
We'll find out what happens next week. Let's see.
Yeah, it could
Maybe
be
I
back and forth.
accident. Yeah. I also noticed I'm wearing a T-shirt, cut off sleeve, but the Broski cut, that I'm
you didn't perfect
known
it yet.
for. I was never a sleeveless guy because I don't. This is going to sound very weird, and maybe I have some body dysmorphia. I don't like how my arms look. I don't think I have big arms. So in the shirt that I'm wearing on that particular show, it's just like my arms cut off. So like I can't wear like a sleeveless shirt. But then when I perfected the Broski cut, where you show a little side pack, a little trap,
Yes.
a lot more comfortable with that.
I get it. Yeah, for sure. Sign of the week. It's a nice Zach Down sign. It's pretty funny because it's behind Triple H looking pissed off. You say there's a lot of champions this month. You go through the whole list of WWE champions, but there's only one internet champion, and
That's
a lot of
me.
people challenge. And we cut to Swoggle, which I loved this. This isn't the first time Swoggle's been in the show, but this is his like.
It's
this
not.
is- he was like in an early thing, real quick, just like kind of like popped in.
Okay.
But this is like,
his debut.
is it?
I
I
thought
could
it
have
was.
I could have swore like he was in the background or something, and we counted it as a
I don't
Swoggle
know.
debut. I'll look back. I could be wrong. Guy who always points out when I'm wrong.
Yes.
Anyway, Swoggle does a
Essentially,
promo.
he's challenging me, but he doesn't talk yet, so he's going.
Love it.
He's doing the LI hands. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good.
It's great.
It's good, and like it's in a shower. And at first, I'm like, you can hear it, but you don't know what I'm filming, and then I have to go down to see him because he's a midget.
Yes.
It's
No.
funny because he's in the shower because he definitely doesn't shower either. It's a shower
But
dodger
also-
like yourself.
Oh, come on. Here's the funny thing. Who knew? Years later, he would be taking a picture with that very internet title, naked.
That's true.
And it would
we
go
put that on the
viral.
screen right now.
Yes, yeah, it would go viral.
That's a figure fate. Woo! That's a wow. I didn't even think about that.
Cuts to Big O. He's just shirtless in a gym for no reason. Says, "What's up, Zach?"
And he flexes
That's it.
his quad. Big quad.
Yeah.
Look good.
Big quad. He looked great here, nice and lean. You say THQ reveals Zack Ryder is in the game, and then you show the Zack Ryder entrance. Was this your first game? Were you
No.
excited about this?
I was definitely excited. It wasn't my first game though.
And there's a huge bonus that comes with the video games, especially back then. right?
Well, there was. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. To be in a video game is cool. To get
Yes.
checked to be in a video game is even cooler.
Yes.
But when the first video game I was ever in, the check, literally, I fell. Like I fell into my, like I was in a hotel. I think my dad he called me and told me what it said, and I fell into my bed. That's how much money it was.
Okay.
And then somewhere when the THQ switched to the 2K, it like became like a quarter of that. So, and like I don't understand why.
Right.
The
And
first
then-
year we were told like, oh, because something with like the jump from company to company, something like that. But then like it just stayed low.
Weird.
You know what
And
I'm
it
saying?
always counted against your downside too. So like,
Yes.
yeah, it wasn't extra money per se.
It's
until-
never there's no such thing as extra money.
Right.
But hey, listen, it's still awesome to be in the game.
Yep.
Awesome to get paid for it. But then, I even now, whatever I'm doing, I make a big deal out of it. So if I'm in a video game, yeah. And THQ was more than happy with me playing the whole entrance. They gave me the clip.
That's cool.
Yeah,
of course. I would assume that they would want you to be in this game and promote it.
Yeah, for sure.
Here's a funny one, dude. Broski of the week. Our good friend, Jamie Silverberg, Jay Silva.
There he is.
Former professional wrestler. He's part of our extended pod family. We talk about him often.
Tommy Boy from Massachusetts.
So he does a funny thing. He's showing he wants to be Broski of the week because he has all your merch, but he's showing all the merch, the Hawkins and Ryder merch, the Edgehead merch, the original
it was a great,
thing.
It was a great video, and he's my friend. But yeah, if he was just my friend and it wasn't a good video, I wouldn't have put it in.
Yeah.
But it was a good video. Then he goes to the store and he finds my figure. It was good.
Yeah, he told me that he kept sending you this video and you kept saying, too long, cut it down. Too long, cut it down. And you finally got it under a minute, so you're like, fine, I'll use it. But I can totally see it.
Yeah.
Stanford's doing a commercial for your new shirt and your new headband, and R-Truth comes in.
I noticed that's not the headband that's for sale. That's like the one I wear to the ring, so that we might not have that yet.
Got it. So you're ready for that thing to go on sale. And
then Truth comes in and kills it.
Right. He says, why does Broski... Broski!
As this is going on, as I was watching, I'm thinking I wonder if Truth just walked by and we just had him do this.
Like he just ad-libbed that and it wasn't a plan? Because Stanford kind of looks like it's a commercial.
No. I'm not saying he walked in while we were actually filming it, but I mean, maybe he came by as we were filming and said, hey, you want to do this?
Yes.
I can't picture him being... because I didn't really ask a lot of people to do things.
Right.
But maybe we did. I don't remember.
Yeah, well, you've wrestled him like 10 times since we started the show, so.
Yeah.
Think this. So you got another backstage or another poke the bear thing. This is the WWE. This is a shot. This is Zack Ryder. This is the WWE not giving Zack Ryder a shot. I popped.
I'm clearly running out of these ideas, but it was still good.
I popped when the shot goes past you and then you just look so sad and it goes on the counter. That's great.
That's like the Patron, the Cafe Patron stuff, which I was loving. That and Bud Light Lime was like my drink of that year. Anytime I'd go to like the bar, I would like get it like Cafe Patron because like, you ever have that? It's like chilled. It should be chilled.
No, when I saw it, I thought it was Jaeger.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Cafe Patron.
Yeah.
Almost positive.
Probably.
Or Patron XO, whatever it's called. It's like a coffee.
I've never had
it. It's very, very
Sounds good though.
It's delicious.
So then you say all my girlfriends are calling me, even the one Hawkins got with, which is just
little dick.
What a story this has been on all of our podcasts. It just pops in everywhere.
Yeah.
We've talked about it so many times. We're not going to get into it now, but it's pretty funny. Yeah. And then Rosa Mendez is talking to you. She's talking about her, whatever, the food she's making and all that stuff. What is this? What does this mean? She was your ex-girlfriend? I don't understand.
She was my manager in ECW. Don't you watch the product?
Oh, yes. I forgot. I completely forgot.
Yes.
Okay.
That was just another way to plug the shirt, incorporate someone on the roster. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure if my ex-girlfriend at the time saw that, piss her off because she always thought she never understood wrestling. She always thought like me and Rosa were like I was cheating on her with Rosa. I'm like, no, it's just television, babe. This is not real. And like her family didn't understand it, and she didn't like to have to explain to. I'm like, it's not my fault that your family doesn't understand television.
My God,
you know what I'm saying? It's so weird.
All right, and then you end the show normal, but then when you say woo woo woo, you don't say you know it. It cuts to a clip of Edge going.
I legitimately laughed out loud when this happened.
Me too. I didn't see it coming.
Because he's not mocking me either. He's just saying you know it in some sort of promo.
Yes.
And I take
Christian.
it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. All right. Nice little episode here.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet. So let's finish this out. But first, we'll come back with the Are You Serious, Bro? But first, a little word from our sponsors.
All right, the Are You Serious Bro? Just tweet me something that pops me, and I'll send you a little 8x10. This one comes from @marathon_max. I am a major mark that has an 8/10 birthday, but does not have an 8x10 of @the Matt Cardona or @Major W Pod. Hashtag Are You Serious Bro? Well, Max, you're going to have an 8x10. And happy birthday, bro. How about that?
Nice.
I'll probably forget to write happy birthday on it, but happy birthday.
All right. And in the Know Your Bro segment, probably the easiest way to win, because only people do the Broski of the week. They do not do the Know Your Bro. Use hashtag Know Your Bro to ask us a question about this week's episode, and we will read it, and you'll get an 8x10 from Broski.
That's right. Send out a lot of 8x10s.
This week, Tom Newman, @TomNewman3. This isn't about the episode, but I wanted to bring it up to plug something. Was wondering if the writer name comes from Ryder Strong, a.k.a. Sean Hunter. Sean is easily in the top 5 cool guys, TV characters of the 90s. Him and Corey even helped Big Van Vader defeat Jake the Snake Roberts. Hashtag Know Your Bro. I brought this up because we went over this recently on our Patreon, patreon.com/MajorWFPod. We did a whole Edgeheads episode, a deep dive into the whole Edgeheads run, and Broski did explain this question. And if you want more of that, you can listen to that episode, but tell them about the writer name.
Yeah, so the Major Brothers, we become the Edgeheads. The short version of the story is that we get to SmackDown the Tuesday after Armageddon 2007. Somehow Vince finds out that we're not, in fact, brothers. So he wants us to go by our real names, but not our real names. Of course not.
Right.
Our fake real names. So we have a couple hours to come up with these
Which
names.
is funny because you both go by your real names now.
Right. And it's hard. Like, you got to come up with, is this like not only a career-altering decision, but a life-altering decision in minutes, in hours? So we wrote down a bunch of first and last names, or, whatever, to see what sounded the best. Originally, I was going to be Zach. Zach I got from Zach Morris, I'm Saved by the Bell. I was going to be Zach McKay. McKay being Dylan McKay from 90210. Zach McKay. And last minute, I changed it to Zach Ryder. And I think somebody recently told me that I had said in the past that the Ryder was from Ryder Strong. And that could be entirely possible. But I don't really remember, to be honest.
But you definitely changed it to RYDR to make it as cool as possible.
And ZACK, even though my first 8x10, WWE did ZACH. And they told me they would fix it, and they never did. Those sons of bitches! I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not kidding. They never fixed it, but they're not sons of bitches.
But we're happy with them this week for releasing that
Thank you very
claim.
much, WWE. We appreciate that.
All right, characters debuted in this episode, Rosa and R-Truth. And
I think
maybe
Swoggle.
Maybe Swoggle. Yep, we'll check on that. Returning Big O, Stanford, and maybe Swoggle. Who knows?
Yeah.
This episode, 209,255, 5 minutes and 15 seconds. So that's it. Today I'm wearing my Toy Hayo shirt that we got from that. It was so awesome. Listen to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. It's one of our best vlogs. Check that out. Just put up on our Pro Wrestling Tees store, prowrestlingtees.com/MajorWFPod, 3 brand new Figure 4 shirts. What's the Figure 4? That's our wrestling stable. Me, Broski, Swoggle, and Brian. We wrestled
do not support
twice
this.
as a team.
I do not support this, but whatever. It makes Mark happy.
Why don't you just... Well, it's awesome. These are awesome designs done by George Feast. It's our wrestling stable.
I'm wearing a VSK shirt. VSK, the man who defeated me at FWF, won, and we just filmed the DVD commentary for that. So that DVD...
Put him over in that.
Yeah, and then FWF 2 is coming soon, where I will be wrestling the Big O in a Long Island street fight, and Mark, you will be taking on VSK. So
I will.
Some of the matches are they're starting to come together. And don't confuse FWF with the Figure Wrestling Federation.
This is FWF Live.
FWF Live.
Yeah.
So it's it, guys.
All right, that's it. Yeah. Take us out.
Yeah, listen, the Facebook deal, I don't know what the hell's going on. So like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, buy all the merch, MattCardonaMerch.com. Oh, by the way, a WrestleMania-esque plaque with my ring-worn GCW homecoming shirt is coming very, very soon, if not already. 150 of those will be made, all autographed. I just signed the autographed portion of it, and then I sent it to a company who will cut up the bloody shirt and put it on there. So I'll just follow my social media. You'll find it. So buy all the merch and drink some PBR and shave Mark Silver balls and take care. Spike your hair.